I know this is not typically what I wear when I'm sitting here, and this is actually not a sit-down video. This is going to be mostly a regular day in the life video, but I realized that I can't really start this day in the life video without explaining to you how we got to this day. Because the day was so rushed and busy, and all day long I kept needing to just sit down for a second, pause for a second, to tell you what was going on. And that never really happened. I never had time to tell you what happened at 3 a.m. in the morning that kicked off the day, that set the entire rest of the day in motion and changed my plans for what we were going to do basically all day long. So, yes, Tessie, you're listening. Tessie is sitting right on the other side of the baby gate to my room. She's supposed to be in her bed asleep, but instead she is laying right there staring at me and giggling. Huh. You know you're supposed to be in bed, princess. So, Patrick went to the doctor a couple of weeks ago. While we were at the doctor, I brought up again that I was concerned that he might have asthma. In the past, I had told the doctor that I didn't really think he had asthma at that moment, but that I was really concerned that he was like Sadie, that when he was littler, he wheezed all the time, that he's sick like Sadie all the time, like Sadie is. Sadie missed 23 days of school last year. Patrick is also like our other kid who was just really easily sick with respiratory things and just seems to get sick more easily. And that after Sadie had her little collapsed lung asthma thing happen, it really got me thinking about how much Patrick is like her and how much more even he wheezed when he was little and how scary it was. At the time, his doctor said it sounds like he has a predisposition towards possibly having asthma, but we don't really ever know if it will develop. And I think what he said was, especially with boys, there's a chance of growing out of it, and so there was a really good chance that he'll never get it. So we just need to wait and see. I mean, there wasn't really anything we could do. He wasn't really having any symptoms at that time. But then I started to notice that it seemed like Patrick was getting winded really easily. I mean, he's an active kid. He's always running around, but all of a sudden, it seemed like he'd run around with his brothers and sisters, and after maybe a minute of running around, he would be completely out of breath and he'd be coughing all the time. So when we went back to the doctor, I brought that up. He decided to order a pulmonary function test for Patrick, which we have not had yet. We're still waiting for that to come on through. And he also ordered an inhaler for Patrick, and the deal was that Patrick would use the inhaler before any sort of exercise. But I really wasn't that concerned. I mean, I wanted him to be able to run around and keep up with his friends. So that's why I brought it up at the doctor's office, but it wasn't like I was worried. I wasn't expecting him to have like asthma attacks or anything like that. Last night, he came downstairs in the middle of the night and got into bed with Paul and I, which isn't something that he usually has done this whole summer. So that was a little bit out of the ordinary, and then all of a sudden, a short while after he got into bed with us, he sat up and he started coughing and coughing and coughing, this awful cough. Having been woken out of a sound sleep with this coughing and him not being able to breathe, my first thought, even though the cough was croupy and maybe I should have thought that right away, it wasn't that. It was that we thought he had asthma, and so I asked Paul to get his inhaler. But of course, we hadn't been thinking that he had the sort of asthma where he was going to suddenly need his inhaler. And it was upstairs in Sadie's room. So finally, Paul got it down from Sadie's room. By then, Patrick was so hysterical and he hadn't been able to breathe very much for a couple of minutes. He was wheezing and coughing and wheezing and coughing. Paul and I were both coaching him on breathe out and then trying to get him to breathe in, and he just couldn't coordinate it. It wasn't working. He has a spacer. Even with the spacer, he couldn't like make his mouth go around it and breathe in at the same time. It was he's done it before, separate from like this. But the not being able to breathe, he was so freaked out, he just couldn't coordinate his movements. He was so panicked. I was getting scared. We live like 30 miles from the hospital, and if I thought about it, we live a little bit closer to another hospital, but still, it's a good ways away. All of a sudden I remembered we have a nebulizer for Sadie, and I ran over and I grabbed Sadie's nebulizer and I put him in this chair I'm sitting in right now, and he was freaking out about everything. He was freaking out about the nebulizer. He was just like hysterical, trying to breathe. And I put the nebulizer up to his face and I held the mask on his face, and within a minute he could breathe. He still sounded awful, but he could breathe. And by the time he was done with the medicine, he could breathe. he said easily. It still sounded like really, really loud and really, really awful, but he said he could breathe. He went back to sleep. He slept for 3.5 hours. He woke up. It happened again. This time he was awake enough and calm enough that he used his inhaler twice and he could breathe immediately. Which to me, I was like, okay, that means it's asthma. His inhaler worked and made it so he could breathe. But then we went to the doctor's office and I showed the doctor a little clip because I didn't have like video of it, but I showed her a clip from when I was carrying him through the playroom. The doctor saw the video, it was just like a couple seconds of coughing and wheezing, and she said, that's croup. That sounds like croup. And I asked, I said, would the nebulizer work if it was croup? And she said, yeah, if he couldn't breathe from croup, the nebulizer actually could help him breathe and could work with croup. And so, but she did say that she wanted him using the albuterol 4 times a day until his PFT. And I asked if she wanted him to start something like Q-Bar, and she said no, not until the PFT. They don't want to do anything to change the results of that. But yeah, it was pretty scary. So I was just really stressed out all day. And then at the end, we did get to buy some Halloween costumes at Once Upon a Child's sale. So I threw that in too. It was pretty exciting for the kids. We got to go and they got to pick out some Halloween costumes. And Maggie's Halloween costume is basically my favorite thing in the whole entire world right now. I love it. So yeah, this is that day that was entirely different than the day that I expected. Whatever it is, I just want to get it under control because breathing things are scary. Anyways, I have talked for more than long enough, so here is our day. Where'd you go? All right. Tessie, you look so cute. Very cool, say.
Head underwater, I'm falling back into you. I thought we'd be smarter, I got nothing left to lose. You said you fall with me.
Maggie's favorite time of year.
My favorite time.
We got the Tess, we got Patch, we got James, we got Sadie.
No matter how far.
Let's take it easy, Patrick.
Down deep and under. We're stuck in this pattern.
Me too. Wait, I want to get a baby one. What if we have one piece of the thing? I get a baby, what Sadie get? Well, no, I can. I really want to get it. So I got the back of it. Mom, I think Tessie wants. Which one do you want? I think Tessie wants the Twilight one more.
Yeah, she just kissed it.
Applejack.
Yeah, she didn't realize I was giving her a choice. She thought I was giving them both to her, and now she's kissing them. And she actually said, I want.
Oh.
So I guess everyone's getting super spoiled today.
Cow. Cat. It's a cat family. And can I tell you something? So the baby's not inside the...
Meanwhile, Tessie's like, Tessie, you love your Twilight Sparkle so much, huh? Dream come true. Are you gonna kiss her again? You guys are besties. Tessie kissed her like 70 times in the store. We need to open her. Is she having her baba? Tessie, were you giving her her bottle? Tessie's having the bottle. Oh, nice sharing. Nice giving Twilight her bottle, Tessie. Good job, baby.
Camera's almost time to end.
Need you close. All I ever wanted was for you to prove me wrong. You changed it our colors again and again. I could never let you go. Something about you feels so different. Makes me wanna risk it every time I look at you.
Sadie. Sadie is performing a scruff section on the scruff love, a C-section on the scruff love to get the baby out and see how many babies.
Don't worry, the mom can't feel it.
Is she unconscious?
An IV.
Oh, it's a puppy, right? Or is it a bunny?
A puppy. They're only puppies.
They're only puppies?
They're only puppies and cats. Let's see. 1, 2. There's 2. Seems a boy
and a girl.
A boy and a girl. Can I have the...
Wait, let me rub their tummies. This one's a
girl?
that one's a girl. This one's a boy.
Pretty cool, guys.
Kitty patootie is up.
And then there's...
Because you wanted the...
Meanwhile, there's Tessie.
Hey, look it!
He's adorable.
He's a kitty patootie.
Well, I know what I was gonna do the experiment with Father. I was gonna rinse the mom off a little bit.
Yeah, not in my car.
What about the ball? What about the ball? Good dog. Good dog.
She's gonna walk very slowly, I think, through trouble.
Pull me back into your river, swim a little deeper. I don't need to breathe with my head underwater. I don't know the reasons, I'm not sure I really care. We're all of our demons, and they never disappear. I will forgive you if you're forgiven me. We're stuck in this pattern.
Hey, sweetie. Not much. Tessie, stop! Hold on. Okay, stop. Nope, we gotta stay on the playground or we have to leave.
But I need you close. All I ever wanted was for you to prove me wrong. You're changing our colors again and again. I could never let you go.
Amazing, say.
Amazing, say.
Hey, let's make an act of this on your camera. Like, I'm a villain, and then we are superheroes.
That's more
Okay, I don't wanna get-
princess dress. I think it'd be a little bit hard for
Something about you feels so different. Makes me wanna risk it every time I look at you. You pull me back into your river, swim a little deep.
He's stuck.
I know.
Una?
Stuck.
Oh no, the shark is.
Stuck.
Shark is stuck.
Snake.
He's a snake.
Hey, Mama.
Maggie, can you show me running?
Let's pretend. Mama. Let's pretend I'm in the water.
Oh no. Maggie, can you get up in the pirate ship and help James steer? He needs your help.
I goes away. Whoa, whoa. I'm gonna slip off.
Whoa.
Daddy. Water?
Yeah, you're in the water. Well, he's going into the water.
I don't like water.
Are you going into the water?
Scoop him out, door.
Are you sliding into the water?
Maggie slide
Maggie sliding
in the water.
into the water. He's bringing it up right now. He's bringing James's out.
Okay, guys.
James decided he wants his on.
Spider-Man. Hey, I can see you great. Are there Spider-Man? Look, did you know that this hooks up so I can make spider webs? So if you press these, spider webs will come up. Come on.
Spider-Mans! There's 2 Spider-Mans! You look amazing!
Which one's the real Spider-Man doll?
They both are. It's the we must be in the Spider-Verse.
You are.
Oh, Maggie, don't touch the Spider-Man's face. No spider webbing your sisters.
It's just one time who do her mouth.
You know, spider webbing your sister's mouths.
Actually, if you want to do the spider webbing, you need to do this. I love you sign.
I see.
That's not right, James. Yes. Okay. Put these 2 fingers down. Do quiet coyotes like this. You put this finger up. You should do it.
Maggie.
BB?
No, he's a big boy.
BB, not BB.
He's a big boy.
Why spider webbing? Spider web shot. The house. Spider. No, how about try doing it? The tree house.
Tessie.
Guess what Spider-Man says?
What?
Spidey out.
Spidey out. Okay.
Can you tell Sadie that I'm Spider-Man?
She knows.
But she says I'm not. Stuck.
Who's stuck?
Maggie's stuck.
Why are you stuck? Maggie, can I see your ballet? Can I see you run?
Guppies.
Huh?
Guppies.
Bubble guppies.
Bubble
Bubble guppies.
I don't need to breathe with my head underwater.
That's it for today. If you like this video, we would love it if you'd give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in all things autism, we'd love it if you'd hit subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.